Okay, good morning, judges. Thank you guys so much for, judging this for us, and especially we're the first to go in the morning, so we really do appreciate you guys. And we're TLKs, and let's get into things. So, starting off with our team, my name is Dylan Singh Halpin, and I'm the CEO of TLK. And what I'm bringing to the table with my skills is a lot of music industry, being a DJ, producer, songwriter, and artist. And some experience I have relevant to our company is music and apparel industry entrepreneurship.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Benjamin Sherm. I'm working in business operations for TLK. I've previously worked in sales, and some skills that I bring to the team are financial skills and general entrepreneurial qualities.
Hey everyone, my name is Ikaza Williams, and I serve as the media director for TLK. Before joining the team, I actually hosted my own podcast where I interview people about their unique life stories. I bring strong communication skills to the team, and I'm a marketing major here at Wazoo. All right, so let's dive into the problem. So in today's crowded digital music landscape, emerging independent artists often find themselves overshadowed by already established music platforms and major label releases. These talented artists face significant challenges when it comes to gaining visibility on these mainstream music platforms. So think of Apple Music, Spotify, and others. This makes it difficult for their unique voices and their music to be discovered by potential fans. To further add to these challenges, many independent artists find themselves entangled in traditional management structures, such as record label contracts. A lot of these record label contracts can severely restrict their artistic freedom and control over their own personal branding. These obstacles create a really daunting barrier to entry in the music industry. This hinders the growth and success of countless talented artists who are striving to make their mark within the industry. As a result of these challenges, the fresh and innovative sounds of different emerging artists are often lost, and preventing them from connecting with an eager audience that wants to experience this authentic music.
Thank you so much, Ikaza. Really did a good job describing our problem. So that leads us into our value proposition, what really brings our value here at TLK. So what are we aiming to do here? We want to equip our emerging artists, very specific on emerging artists as our target audience, with the tools and services for effortless and effective self-marketing. That's very important because why? We want to allow our artists to focus on creating authentic music. Because if you're a music artist, what you love doing most is making music. So what we want to do is relieve them of, marketing activities, on any entrepreneurial activities, because this is a big strain on artists and a huge cause for burnout and why artists don't go very far. And in turn, we're boosting up the local music community with our live events as well, because we're striving really to connect artists with fans, because unlike other sites that focus on streams, followers, and things like this, we are focused on fostering organic growth. We want you to be able to sell tickets in any city you go to so that you can connect with your fans. We're not focused on clout. We're focused on real love and community. And our motto here, our slogan at TLK is community is everything. So, and this as well leads to artist branding.
Thank you so much, Dylan. So here we have our TAM, SAM, and SOM chart, which basically represents each market segment that TLK will be positioned in. Through our market research, we found the total streaming market in North America has been valued at $12.92 billion as of 2024. This is our TAM. This market is mainly made up of independent artists, which make up 44% of this total value. This is equal to approximately $5.68 billion. This is our SAM. There's a large potential for growth within the industry. Projections indicate an expected growth rate of 14.4% from 2023 to 2030. By using this potential for growth, our aim is to capitalize on the niche segment of the independent market, targeting to capture 0.04% of it within the next 5 years. This is our SOM. This goal will generate approximately $2.37 million in revenue over the 5-year time frame. The streaming industry's exponential growth and the untapped potential of independent artists make our music distribution and marketing platform a market opportunity of vast and dynamic size. Through our focus on this niche segment and unparalleled value, We are poised to take advantage of this opportunity and emerge as an industry leader.
Thank you so much, Ben. Now that you guys have seen a great description from Ben about what sets us apart and why we have such a good market opportunity to take advantage of, let's get into a bit of our competitive strategy and what sets us apart from our direct competitors. So our direct competitors are going to be traditional music distribution firms such as TuneCore, DistroKid, and CD Baby, which to a lot of you might not make a lot of sense, and you might have never heard those names before because you usually hear names like Apple Music, Spotify, and all the main streaming platforms. But what these distribution sources do, they are the ones that actually upload the songs. So how are we as TLK going to differentiate ourselves from our direct rivals in the distribution realm of music? We want to combine distribution with marketing and event planning services, as well as premium apparel. We want to give artists the full package when it comes to design, marketing, podcasts, everything. We want, again, we're fostering that connection between the artists and their fans. We just want to get them on every single level. So we're giving them the tools to enhance their brand visibility and audience engagement, which as an artist, that's literally music to your ears, in which this in turn empowers artists to establish a strong presence and connect with their audience effectively.
Thanks so much for that, Dylan. So what is our go-to market strategy? Well, our comprehensive strategy is designed to empower these independent artists and grow their emerging fan base. With our multifaceted approach, our goal is to create a community that celebrates the power of music and the spirit of authentic artistic creation. In order to do this, we will set out our outreach plan into motion, which we have already done and began with things such as community events, such as the one that we held last summer. We've actually had a few pictures throughout this presentation so far, and we'll have a few more from an actual event that we hosted last summer. And Dylan will probably give you guys a little bit more information about that towards the end. So our community events will include artist meet and greets, as well as small-scale concerts. We understand the power of in-person experiences in forging lasting memories and strengthening the community bonds, which, as we emphasized before, is a crucial foundation for us at TLK. So our intention is to carefully curate these events in order to cultivate an environment that resonates with our target audience. To further amplify our reach and engagement, we then plan on launching a dynamic social media campaign. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and other platforms will be used. Our content will be based around topics surrounding the music industry, and we plan on having bite-sized forms of content through things like TikTok videos and Instagram Reels. The idea is that we can gather some interest from the viewers, and then hopefully they would like to come and see our longer formatted content through things like podcasting, which Dylan mentioned before. So by leveraging this carefully curated content, targeted advertisements, and interactive engagements, we seek to spark meaningful conversations and build a devoted following that extends beyond just the digital realm and into the real world. Our social media strategy is designed to harness the vast opportunities available online and create a buzzing community around our artists. So by seamlessly integrating the diverse elements into a cohesive go-to market strategy, we're extremely confident in our ability to empower independent emerging artists, amplify their reach, and create a thriving community that celebrates the magic of music.
Thank you, Kaza. So now going into the actual traction of TLK, this is something that really sets us apart in this competition from the rest of the teams. And this is because we've already been an established company since I was in high school when I started this. So we've already had successful sales of branded apparel. And what's special about this is that it's premium apparel as well. So when you sell premium product, it does marketing compounding on you. So in the community, people are saying, oh, that's a nice sweatshirt. Oh, where did you get that from? That's stacking on top of the marketing expenses we're putting into social media now, as well as well-received live music events. As Ikaza mentioned, all of these photos are actually used from our previous events that I've hosted with TLK in Seattle. So as you can see with this picture on this slide, it's such a great opportunity, for emerging artists to get up on stage and have a opportunity like this to post on their social media and really get themselves exposed. And lastly, we're in the process of pursuing copyright and enhancing brand exposure, as well as some licenses in the music industry.
5 minutes remaining.
Thanks again, Dylan. Now to take a look at our revenue model. TLK will be offering 3 different tier-based subscription packages. The first plan, which is the basic plan, is $24 yearly. It includes educational courses for up-and-coming artists looking to jumpstart their career. It also includes music distribution and streaming platforms, and performance tracking so artists can see how their music is doing on each individual platform. The second package holds everything in the first tier, but allows for access to TLK events, a basic social media plan, and general advising and tips from TLK. The middle package will be $60 yearly. The third and final package includes everything from both Tier 1 and Tier 2, but will also include opportunities for one-on-one advising sessions, performance opportunities at TLK events, access to custom premium apparel, podcast opportunities, and brand management for social media. This tier will be $180 yearly. And then we have the funding amount that we're going to receive. So we plan to fund our initial stages of our business through business competition prizes, as well as raising money through friends and family. We're going to raise $75,000 to cover the initial costs of businesses. During our initial stages, we plan to use this money on legal fees, licenses, our website's operational expenses, as well as supporting our marketing efforts with live events, social media campaigns, and an industry-focused educational podcast.
So lastly, as we wrap things up for this presentation, we just wanted to give you guys a bit of a look into what our website's going to look like as an artist, coming into it, giving off the true TLK vibe of what it's like to experience our brand and really the community at large. We're really trying to build something special here. And as you can see, we're really honing in on
3 minutes remaining.
Aspect of community. As you could see, we have community as everything in our logos. So if you would consider putting us up for the social good merit, we would really appreciate it, because we want to really use the funds from this event to build up our community and create that social good. So we really appreciate you guys. And lastly, we will be getting into our questions. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
So what makes you guys different than just going to like a traditional marketing firm who are already industry experts in what they're doing in social media and those other areas? So how are you differentiating yourselves from those guys?
Those marketing firms do not offer music distribution to our artists to get their music uploaded to Apple Music, Spotify, and all of the streaming platforms. So we're combining both. We want to be a marketing firm essentially, as well as a music distribution firm.
And if I could interject on that as well, the way that we approach our marketing efforts is also significantly different from how most marketing agencies would approach it. As we mentioned before throughout our presentation, kind of trying to introduce some new and different types of ways for artists to get discovered, some kind of creative aspects and more so ways that people are actually being discovered in today's age, rather than just being put into this large agency where they're dealing with a ton of different artists and they're just kind of giving you like maybe traditional Facebook ads or kind of putting you into as they say I don't know, like a system, as they say.
I have a question. I was looking at your financials and stuff, and it looks like there's a fair bit of revenue coming the first or even second year. So my real question is, how are you attracting enough artists, right? I mean, you're literally going to need about 1,000 artists a year to meet your revenue goals. How are you going to do that? That to me is like, how are these emerging artists even going to know about you guys?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, actually. And what we're really focusing on here is, as we say with the community is everything, really fostering that, because what the music industry is really lacking right now is a family. And TLK stands for the loving kin, kin as in family. We want to take advantage of the fact that all these record labels and everybody that deals with musicians are very greedy and treat them very poorly. We want to come into the industry treating people like family. We're in this for life. You want to be around us. And that's something that we really want to have our own market for, basically, because there's not really anything like this. And as you could see in the pictures throughout the slides, from artist faces and people's faces at the event, the smiles and how much it impacted the community, it's already getting some traction. So
hi guys, I have a question related to that community aspect that you're talking about. So referenced throughout the presentation, and it sounds like there's also involvement with the fans. You need fans to show up to these events and to be supporting your artists. So could you dive into that side of the marketing and reaching that customer base? How are you getting to the fans, or is that not in your role as a business?
yes, no, definitely. That's a huge part, because not only are we marketing to the artist, but we have to double up on our efforts to the fans as well, because like we said, we don't want to just uplift our artist. Our motto is community is everything. We want to bring everybody up at the same time. So when we do events, our outreach for artists is just as equal to our outreach to people who can be showing up to buy tickets. And it's very specific. So it's people that are not just looking to go to any random night. They want to be part of a special community. We know what our target audience is. We've already been an established business for a couple years now. So it's much easier for us to actually reach out to our specific fans and artists, and even now they're coming to us because they see the values that we are establishing within Seattle and local cities.
Do you guys already have some traction with any kind of already well-known established artists that are, I don't know, already know who and what you guys are standing for and trying to do? Like, I think that would be a really powerful tool. Obviously, celebrity and that is a powerful tool. Do you have any currently that's adding to your traction?
Yes, definitely. In Seattle area, we have quite a bit of artist connections. And at our last concert event, my very good friend that I know from when I played college football, she flew in from Nashville and she's been on America's Got Talent. So that was a very special opportunity. She was in one of the slides on here, I believe. This is her right here. She was on America's Got Talent. And yeah, so we've brought out some people with some pretty large voices, and now we're just looking forward to finalizing a true business plan that we can take up for investment, basically.
I have a question. One of your tiers of service included one-on-one consulting, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just look at that structure. The number of hours required to offer your services seems a lot larger than what you're charging.
That makes sense. What we're really talking about with a one-on-one advising is it's not necessarily a weekly or daily thing. We're more so talking about, okay, we're gonna do a monthly or however long check-in for campaigns. Let's check in every month or two. Let's start a campaign. We're gonna get on a Zoom call, bullet point what we need to do for this album, what we need to do for this social media, what are we gonna do for this podcast, what are the steps we need to take. Really list that out for an artist, because a lot of these artists, like I mentioned earlier, they don't want to be entrepreneurs. They just want to get a list, get in the studio, perform. I do my music, I do this, get out. So we want to give them the blueprint, basically.
Okay. Along those lines, so if I'm the artist and I'm in the top tier plan, it takes a lot of your time to study that artist and understand their campaign. How many hours of your time are you figuring for $180 plan? how much time is involved for you to service one customer?
I would say quite a bit of time, but more time for, or less time for us, since as I mentioned earlier, since we are established and getting traction, not only are the people that we outreach to having our values, but the people who are reaching out to us are having the same values. So we're not having to sit down and break apart this artist meaning and all of this. We already we get along with these artists. We know a lot of their meaning already, and a lot of it is like being like a family, people that are similar to you. So it's easy to get to know these people, like the artists that we've brought on for events like that.
I kind of see
Yeah.
what Carol's getting at. She's really wanting to see the cost structure, and so we can see what kind of margins that we can actually apply to the financials, especially.
We do plan on outsourcing, if that is your question, on some of the, in terms of being able to take care of these artists with different services. We do have a plan to outsource some of these artists to services. So if we were to have that one-on-one sit-down meeting with them, we could actually reference them and connect them with industry professionals that relate to different things that they might need regarding either their marketing or music promotion.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what Carol was going to think is how do you scale this, right? If you're getting 1,000 artists a year, right?
Yeah, I don't think your
Right.
finances reflect the cost of doing these things. Because the number of hours it takes just to go through, routinely and review them.
Yeah.
If you figure, this is for a whole year.
The
And
way we worked our onboarding was mainly basic and advanced tiers. So something that we could spend a lot less time doing at the beginning, and less resources go to those. And we have a lower amount of users with a pro, just because realistically we don't think many artists will want to spend 180 a year, as opposed to the basic distribution and advanced features.
if that's the case, then I would think your competition, and I looked up a lot of those companies you listed, I really enjoyed that whole bit of doing it. They're pretty close to what you have in some instances. And what's to prevent them from just picking up what you're doing? Just adding this little feature and then charging another $100 for it or something. Or
What's that?
if you don't think they're going to use the high-end features, your competition is down in the basic. and
Yeah,
it can-
so, oh, sorry.
Go ahead, and can be replicated pretty easily, I think.
Okay, so what sets us really apart, and yeah, that's a great point. Thank you.
That's all the time we have for Q&A.
Okay, thank you guys.
Hey, great job, guys.
Thanks so
Thank you,
much.
everybody.
You guys,
Good job, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
appreciate it. Appreciate you
Great
guys'
job.
time.